If I could find you now, things would get better.
Hey guys, how's it going? Laura here, and today I'm going to be doing a 101 cut crease tutorial. I'm going to be giving you a lot of tips and tricks, so you guys better buckle up, grab your notes, grab your snacks, grab the TV, just anything, and let's just sit down and dive right into this tutorial. If you guys are here because of my Instagram, you probably know that I am obsessed with cut creases, and I know a lot of people are like, okay Laura, we get it, you know how to do cut creases. But it is really one of my favorite eye looks to do. I just feel like there's so much that you can do with a cut crease. There's so many different ways that you can cut the crease. There's so many ways that you can just make your eyes open up so much more. I just seriously love cut creases, and that is why half of my Instagram is cut creases, but you know, that's okay with me if that's okay with you, you know what I mean? They're very, very intricate and they are very time consuming, so this is definitely not for everybody, but if you are very creative and you have been looking for a way to do a cut crease that is not going to take forever, I'm going to teach you those ways as well. But I do have to say that cut creases in general are very time consuming, so if you don't have patience, this is probably not an eye look that you want to do. You have to have a very precise hands and you have to be very clean about it if you want your eye look to come out very clean. But like I say in every single one of my videos, everything is practice, so you have to keep on practicing until you get it right. I'm not going to tell you that the first time you do it, it's gonna come out right, because it probably won't. But that is how it is with any other type of makeup look out there. So you kind of just have to go for it and keep on practicing until you get it right. The first thing you have to know before you do a cut crease is what type of eyes you have. If you're really lucky and you have really nice eyelid space, then you are good to go and you could do literally anything you want with your eyes, and it's absolutely amazing. I love to work with those type of eyes because they're just make my job a lot easier. But there are also some of you out there that do have small set eyes or hooded eyelids, and cut crease are probably not going to be very flattering on your type of eyes because it's a lot going on, and it's probably just going to make your eyes appear a little bit smaller, especially if you're not an expert on doing cut creases, because they can really easily go the wrong way. So you really have to know what type of eyes you have and find a way to work around it, because I've seen people with hooded eyelids or small set eyes that still make cut creases work, and it makes their eyes open up so much more. So I really do think that the key to doing an amazing cut crease on yourself or on anybody else is realizing what type of eyes they have or you have. So product wise, my number one favorite product that I've used over the years, and I am absolutely in love with it and it always works for me, is my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is a very multitasking product because it is a concealer, but you can also use it to cut the crease very, very easily. This concealer dries in a couple of minutes, so it is a little bit forgiving, but once it dries, it is not forgiving, honey. Like, it's gonna stay there. And I just really love the fact that when I apply it on eyelids, it does not transfer to the crease, so that's always a good thing to know. And also another thing that I like about it is that you do not need a lot of product to cut the crease. The second product I was going to talk about is the Crease, and I do feel like you need a lot of product to get the full results, if you know what I mean. With this one, I don't even need like half of the little applicator thing like on the back of my hand, and I can do both of my eyes. But this one, I literally need to squeeze it like 3 times if I want to cover my entire eyes or if I want to cut the crease. I don't know why, that is just how it works for me, but I will be showing you how they work one on each side, and you can decide for yourself which one you like better. And also, just so you know, P. Louise also has color bases, which I've used all the time. This is just 4 of them. They come in 5, but they have yellow, red, orange, blue. They have all the basic colors, so you can mix and make any other shade that you want. So these are also very versatile, especially if you're using matte shades and you just really want those colors to stand out. The color bases are the best thing ever. And they're also really, really pigmented. So if you're looking for something to cut the crease that has a color in them, the P. Louise bases are amazing, you guys, amazing. All right, we're all zoomed in here. I'm going to start with my right eye, and I'm going to be taking again my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand over here. That's probably more than enough for both of my eyes. And then I'm going to be using my damp beauty sponge to apply that all over my lid.
There's a piece of you that's here with me. It's everywhere I go, it's everything I see. When I sleep,
Peel base, I'm just going to be dabbing it with my finger.
Tonight, that you're here tonight.
So for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Picante palette from Carity. I absolutely love this palette for like neutrals and oranges and reds. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with colors, so I decided to go for something a little bit more neutral that can work for anybody and that is going to be easy for you guys to work with. So as far as brushes go, I just want to say that the best brushes that you can use are really small brushes. Don't go with anything too big like this because you're going to take the color way up too high and then the blend is just not going to be the same. So I definitely recommend you start with smaller brushes and then you can build up the intensity with like a tapper blending brush like this. Smaller brushes are definitely better. Just wanted to point that out there. So to start off, I'm going to be taking the color Flamenco and my small Sigma brush. It's like a really tiny shading brush. And I'm just going to pack that color on my crease. And just so you guys know, you do have to find out where your crease is. The best way to know is when you open up your eyes and just stare straight ahead into a mirror. Wherever you feel like your eyelid fall, which for me it's like right over here, is where you want to start that color. And then the shape, whatever shape you want, it's really up to you. I'm going to be doing the most traditional way for a cut crease, just so I can show you guys how I do that. But I'm going to take that color and just start packing it right over here. And if it's messy at first, don't worry about it because that's the whole point of a cut crease, is that you're going to clean it up later anyways. But you definitely want to make sure that you are concentrating that color right over here.
Night. There's a place on the corner of Cherry Street. We would walk on the beach in our bare feet. We were both 18 and it felt so right. Sleeping all day, staying up all night. If I could.
Okay, so for the second shade, I'm taking a lighter color. This is color Pimento, and I'm taking this flat brush over here. And I'm pretty much blending all those edges. Whenever you feel like you need to blend, I just take this tapered blending brush and just blend out a little bit over here.
There's a piece of you that's
So the whole point of a cut crease is pretty much cutting the crease, but it's also realizing where your crease is, which is where most of your blending is going to be. Because the lid is going to be the easiest thing in the world, trust me, but the crease and the blending are the most important things. And you definitely want to create depth right where the crease is going to be cut. So that is why I'm taking a darker shade. This is like a dark maroon. This is Bittersweet from the same palette. And I'm going to be taking the same small brush. And I'm going to be almost lining that over here.
take me away, yeah. Goodbye. You were begging me not tonight, not here, not now.
Okay, so the crease is done, and this is the most important part, which is the cutting of the crease. I'm going to be doing one eye with the Tarte Shape Tape and one eye with the Crease so you guys can see the result of both. So I just applied it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to be taking a very, very flat synthetic brush like this. It's just a concealer brush. This is honestly the best brush you can use to do it. And I'm just gonna put it all over at first, just to make sure that that lid area is done. Then once that's there, you're going to be taking the concealer on the very, very tip of the brush. You're going to be outlining the shape that you want to cut it in.
There's a place off Ocean Avenue where I used to sit and talk.
This is what you want to do if you want to do the half moon cut crease, which is the one that only goes up to here and then it kind of blends in with the rest of the eye. But since I'm doing a full cut crease, I'm going to keep going and creating the shape. But the outline on the tail is pretty much the same outline that you would do if you were doing a wing eyeliner.
We would walk on the beach in our bare feet. We were both 18 and it felt so right. Sleeping all day, staying up all.
Alright, so this is what I have so far. Honestly, I feel like I went too far ahead over here and I should have done the curve right over here instead of there. But this is how it came out. And a cut crease is a cut crease, so it really doesn't matter the shape that you make it out to be, as long as it's right. But as you can see, when I open my eyes, you can still see the line when my eyes are open. That's what you want to do. You do not want to cut the crease when your eyes are open and the line is like right over here. I mean, you can, but you're not really going to see the cut of the crease. So I always recommend going just a little bit higher than where your crease is. So if your hollow is right over here, I would recommend going a little bit higher than that and then creating the line right there. So now down to this eye, I'm going to be using the P. Louise base, and I apply this much on the back of my hand, right over here. I'm going to be grabbing it with the same brush after I cleaned it, and then doing the same thing.
Tonight, that you're here tonight. If I could find you now, things would get better. We could leave.
So that is it for the cutting of the crease. As you can see, when I open my eyes, the concealer or P. Louise base do not transfer to the crease, and that is honestly the most important part, that you use a product that do not transfer it once you open your eyes. But it's also about the placement of where you cut the crease, because like I said, if you cut the crease way too low and your eyes or eyelids tend to go down and the crease over here and what you did over here touches your lid, you're going to get concealer in the crease, and you don't want that. You always want to keep it clean. I'm going to apply the lid color with this flat brush right over here, and I'm going to be using the shade Fuego, which is like a really nice coral orangey shade right over here. And I'm going to do tapping motions so it can get like really stuck in there.
We could leave this town and run forever.
And on the inner corner, I want to apply Fearless, which is a really nice champagne highlighter color. And I'm going to apply it right over here and connect that to the original orangey shade that I applied in the middle.
If I could find you now, things would get better.
Now for the next shade, I want to take a gold. So I'm taking a gold shimmer shade, and this one is Morning. And just tapping it right over here.
Where I used to sit and talk with you. We were both 16 and it felt so right. Sleeping all day, staying up all night.
Then last but not least, I'm going to take the last shimmer shade, which is a cranberry shimmer color like this, and putting it on my outer corner right over here, and do the same tapping motions. If you feel like you need a little bit more saturated color, then you just drag it like this. And that's the same motion you want to make when you get close to that line right there, to make sure that it stays clean and you don't get any eyeshadow on the crease on top.
And run forever.
already done with the eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go ahead with liner, and I'm gonna use the Suva Beauty Hydra liner in Crease, which is the black color. You do have to activate this liner with water, so you have to wet your brush first or apply some water on the actual pot, and then you create the perfect wing eyeliner.
There's a piece of you that's here with me. It's everywhere I go, it's everything I see. When I sleep, I dream and it gets me by.
Alright, so I already applied one lash on my right eye. I'm applying these ones. Honestly, I got these at the Ghetto Beauty Supply, so they don't even have a name, but they're gorgeous. And I love how they look with like a wing eyeliner because it makes me have dull eyes. Okay, you guys, so I finished the rest of my eyes. I just applied pretty much the same eyeshadows that I applied on top on my lower lash line, and I applied some mascara, the lashes, and the rest of my face, and I was done. I love how this came out so much, to be honest with you. The Picante palette from Carity, it's so amazing. The colors are so easy to blend, and I truly recommend it for anyone that is starting off with eyeshadows because they're really nice and blendable eyeshadows. They're really pigmented, and I just really highly recommend them. Like I said in the beginning, practice is everything, and definitely practice is key when it comes to cut creases. If you want to get a really, really nice cut crease, I'm going to tell you again, you have to practice, and the first one might not come out the best. It might come out really good, and I really hope it does. But if it doesn't, just don't give up. If that's something that you really want to reach, just keep on practicing and practicing. Try different colors, different techniques. The technique that I showed you today is the technique that works best for me, and I really do hope that you guys took something out of it. But always remember that you can implement your own things in it, and if there's things that you feel like work better for you, then go ahead and do those. But I just wanted to show you my technique, and I hope it helped. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course remember to tell them that Laura taught you.